This is an educational game project by students at Ohio University Industrial Engineering Department. This is a hand tracker called Leap Motion. You can think of it as a miniaturized Kinect to enable new ways of interaction with software. This is the Oculus Rift, a head-mounted display that tracks head movements and translates them to the computer-generated environment. Combine them both and you have a level of immersion unlike anything before. Oculus Rift is not the only virtual reality device coming to market in 2015. This is Google Cardboard, made literally out of cardboard to keep cost down. It uses lenses to magnify VR-ready content displayed on a smartphone. This is Sony's Project Morpheus. It is going to be compatible with PlayStation game systems. This is VR1, making use of legendary Carl Zeiss lenses, and this might be the most important one, Samsung's Gear VR. Gear VR is an add-on device for Galaxy Note 4. It uses the smartphone for processing and it has tracking hardware and software provided by Oculus VR, making it compatible with the Oculus platform. As a display panel producer, the company would gain a lot from the success of a VR platform that requires higher resolution phone panels, and as a competitor to Apple for technology leadership. The company is spending big on advertising. This gives VR platform the potential to be the next digital home video revolution. Samsung's collaboration with Oculus VR expands to the launch of a new platform for VR-ready media, games and experiences. The future launch of this platform is what enables our project and sets our goals and targets.
It's hard to concentrate on two things when you're on a mobile phone. It's 4 times more likely to have a crash when you're on a mobile phone. You're 4 times more likely to have a crash when you're on a mobile phone. It's hard to concentrate on two things at the same time.
Virtual reality has the potential to be the best education platform ever. Full immersion with isolation from distractions would enable a deeper level of focus and intuition. Game development middleware Unity 3D has out-of-the-box support for virtual reality and multiple platforms like PC and mobile operating systems. This is how the game looks like and the following are the rules. This is a job that takes 4 units of time to process. This is a job that is 1 unit late. This one is completely late. This is a job with ready time required before processing. Think of it as the time it takes for the machine to warm up. This is a machine with a processing capacity of 20 units of time. You can place the jobs on the machine, thus creating a Gantt chart. Leaving more space on the right would enable us to close shop earlier. When there are jobs with ready times, we can use our time wisely. The ready times marked by green can be placed on top of previous jobs. When we have the option, if we start with shorter jobs, those customers would not have to wait long for a small job. When we are scheduling multiple machines, we have more options. Sometimes we can leave a machine idle without losing anything. Every job we pick has a due date. If we don't locate the job accordingly, it will become tardy. Sometimes we can change the schedule to stop a job from being tardy. And sometimes, even if we cannot lessen the number of tardy jobs, we can lessen the average and the maximum tardiness in the system. 5 critical performance measures for scheduling are displayed at the bottom right. A timer is included to encourage focus. When you are done with your schedule, you hit the calculate button, the game gives you your final score. If you are satisfied with your score, You move on to the next level by hitting the next button on the far right. The game uses fuzzy logic to calculate the final score. We will be testing the hypothesis that the average score will be higher for VR interface users. This software can also be a research tool. When gamers submit their scores, a game log that has every move they have made can be submitted with it. By analyzing what those who are above the curve have done differently, this data can be used for rule extraction to develop new heuristics. The deeper level of immersion enabled by the VR platform could translate to machine learning of human intuition. This is why the project is called HumanCloud.
Look at this. It's a cloud of information. Think of them as jobs, searching their optimal place in a multi-mission scheduling model. They go from one position to the next to make sure that the artificial intelligence that defines them is satisfied. Look how perfect this looks. But it wouldn't look so perfect if you made an error in the model and the birds became dodo birds. It would be very possible to quickly determine the dodo birds, the imperfections in the model. It would also be possible in theory to learn patterns that lead to perfection. When you have enough experience, you might be able to look at the change in patterns and recall the times you have seen them before. Think of an ant colony optimization or a genetic algorithm. With enough experience, you can have an idea where the model is going, and you can put obstacles in the way to stop the artificial intelligence from taking unnecessary routes. Maybe just like how you did it as a kid, when you watched ants and you helped them find the food faster. Here we are only seeing the results on a two-dimensional display. But we have talked about virtual reality, head-mounted displays, and stereoscopic 3D. With these technologies, it is also possible to be the job instead of watching it from the outside. You can look at the world through the AI's eyes. Why is he acting different than the others? What is he thinking? What did we program in the artificial intelligence to make him behave differently? What would we do if we were in his place? In this world where we are trying to avoid the other jobs coming at you, trying to give them the needed time delays, ready times, but you are also trying to keep the flock in a minimum confined space to minimize max span. It is possible for this tool to provide the engineer a new perspective. But what's more important for us is that this tool would get the engineer focused and enable a more powerful intuition by providing an environment that keeps the different parts of the brain working in perfect harmony. And it would also be possible to watch porn in the office without anyone noticing.
Don't forget your towel.